focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vault-X, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vault-X, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers across the land of dawn, welcome to this brand new event brought to you by Mobile Gaming Community. This is your caster Reznov, and beside me I have my partner Devi.
Yep. I hope you guys are doing good today, because I think this is the first time we'll be ever seeing the quarterfinals for MCZ, and of course, we have the best of three for today. It's going to be the first team that we are going to be having so far. Insomniac Raider going against IC Paradise. I know that you're going to be having some insight about this team rather than me, so why don't you introduce the team?
All right, so this is going to be a pretty entertaining matchup, first of all, and IC Paradise, come on, guys, you have already heard of IC Paradise plenty of time. Anybody, any gamer, who has played MLBB in the Kingdom of Bhutan, know who they are and what they do. They win games, and of course, they win tournaments. They are veterans in this field, and we don't have much to say about them. You know about what they do already. But this is going to be a pretty exciting game, considering that they have some pretty huge roster changes with some key members being replaced. So it is going to be an interesting matchup regardless. While on the other side, we have Young Bloods, Illmatic Genesis. They have come out of nowhere, sprung into action, and have repeatedly shown throughout the earlier stages what they can do and what they can be. It is a match of potential versus proven talents, and the present versus the future, or something like that. You could say that's a flashy way of saying, but regardless, it is going to be amazing. So, Debbie, what do you think? This is the current landscape of the game itself, but what are you expecting today from these two teams?
I think most of the time people love the broken walls, right? So if we talked about the maps, like I said, I think if it's more in favor for both of them to try to, have that broken walls instead of any other. But yeah, flying clouds are one of the most important one as well, because if you keep on dying or recalling, it's like a little bit of a waste of time. You can reach your, designated area on time. But hey, I think, did I jinx it though? Is it the broken walls?
I think we have it right here. Broken walls. It might be right here. So this is going to be the game mode for the first game right here. By the way, before we actually talk about everything, you've already did plenty. But what do you think about these new changes brought to the Land of Dawn? What are your thoughts on these changes?
I think it's opening up a lot of combination. It's opening up a lot of ways for different kind of teams to sign upon, because there are some teams who are very aggressive. There are some teams who are very passive and very disciplined, and it kind of doesn't really come down to one map. So when there are so many changes of the map, they will be able to have the advantage of those draft as well, because in broken walls, there are some heroes that have more likely to appear, like the Khalid or the Uranus or sometimes something like that. And even in dangerous grasses also, the Kadita has a lot of value as well. And there's always a race to try to go for the surprise factor and surprise attacks most of the time. So it kind of depends on what kind of squad plays aggression, what kind of squad plays those the discipline types. So it's just it's kind of like a luck for them too. So we'll see what they're going to be able to bring onto the table because of broken walls that they have right now for these two teams.
All right, so pretty amazing insights right here. And by the way, to my Bhutanese viewers, I'm sure you already know who I am. This is Reznov or Silvex or whatever you guys want to call me at this point. But on the other side, we have, of course, as you can already hear from the way she speaks and the way she explains, we have the much experience and much experience, much beloved, and most of all, one of the most exciting casters all the way from India, Debbie, right beside me. So to welcome her with open arms into the Bhutanese community, and hopefully this game number one itself will get her riled up the same way they do in the Indian service. But with that being said, Debbie, the banning phases have already begun, and it seems like we have some pretty interesting heroes getting banned. What do you think about them?
Yeah, it's very interesting to see that Icy Paradise they went away the Java and the Yuzhong, which I'm not really used to, especially the Java. Even though there are some ways to try to play this hero when you have a little bit of a utility lineup. I have never seen a Java being a pair or being used even in the banning list or even in the picking list. So I think it's more of a target for the side of Insomniac Raider because they do know how to play the Xavier so very well. But about the Yuzong though, I think the Yuzong is more of a second phase kind of ban. But what do we know? Because these teams, I think they are so well versed with one another that they directly know what to remove.
All right, so yeah, she's already spoken everything that needs to be said. But just to add upon, so by the way, I'm very sorry for calling them Ilmatic Genesis. I was talking about Insomniac Raiders, guys. Very sorry, but with that being said, the Yuzong ban is pretty self-explanatory, right? Like most people, they don't really see Yuzong getting banned much often. But when you have an EXP laner like the ones they have in Insomniac Raider, who is not only a Yuzong main, but is mastered the hero so much, I'm sure like even his bones, though without the muscles and the nerves, even his bones will play that hero so well, and hence we see that Yuzong ban coming very early up. And the Xavier is also one of the target bans. It seems like Icy Paradise, they are not going for conventional bans that are found in the current meta. It seems like they are going for a more of a target ban, trying to reduce the hero pool of their opposition, trying to squeeze out certain heroes and trying to get themselves in an ideal position. As you can see, Valentina has also been banned, so the EXP laner and mid laner has been targeted repeatedly. But on the other side, we have Yuzong and Harith. What do you think about them?
I think the Harris. You know what? I think Icy Paradise shouldn't get the Harris mans because the Harris it's just when there's always way for the Yishan to appear. The Harris is such a very valuable option. But okay, it's just for Icy Paradise they had the first pick, so it was very safe for them to go for the Lancelot so early because I feel like it's a personal opinion, but the Lancelot hold much more of importance than the Yi Shenxin because it's more likely to have a better time against the Yi Shenxin as well because as we all know, Yi Shenxin is a kind of an assassin marksman nonetheless, so he is gonna be struggling just a little bit against a Lancelot, so it's very important for them to try to get that hero first instead of the Yi Shenxin and try to win out onto those objectives. So this is a risk for Insomniac Raiders if they wanna trade out these take out the Yi Shenxin or even play the Yishan against the Lancelot or try to pick out the Joy or something like that.
All right, seems that way. But on the other side, we have already seen Lancelot getting picked, and an interesting hero right here, Zetian. I think that's how she's pronounced, right? Zetian or Zetian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Zetian.
Yeah, Zetian. Okay, so that hero, by the way, very good, has those global, the global skill that that opens up the map, that stuns everyone, but then she has 0% win rate in this tournament so far. No team has won by picking her, but she is getting locked in regardless, so it is going to be pretty interesting. I'm very skeptical about it, but then I'm sure they'll make it work. But on the other side, we also do have Granger getting locked in, which is a staple marksman pick, staple gold lane pick in my opinion, and it is going to be replied by a very brutal Irithel pick and a Lapu coming in right here, and now a Fredrin pick. So what do you think about the draft so far?
I think most of the time when you see a Jushin into the mid lane, you're more of a utility mid, so you kind of pair it together with a little bit of a damage dealer into the jungle. So I'm pretty unsure if Insomniac wanted something of a damage into the XP lane side because now that they pick up their Fredrin, this is a very great combination still. It's gonna be a little bit of a winning mid phases of the game because they do have the Granger that they can play around the Granger as well, because now when you have a Granger you want want to have that early, that frontliner that can soak out the damage, and that comes alongside with the Fredrin. So this is a good pair up right now, but I feel like Icy Paradise have a much more value because of the Lancelot that they pick right now, because Lancelot is so good against the Granger. He just have the Rondo and the Flicker. It's not gonna be enough if he have a lot of dashes.
Well, explained once again by Debbie right here. But then, you know, again, Lancelot being so strong right here, right? And we're in the hands of someone as good as One Last Sec. Hopefully, he'll be the one playing this guy, playing this hero. He is going to be an absolute menace on the back line. But then again, we don't even know if that Fredrin right now is going to go jungle, right? Because I know he's used mostly in the jungle, but certain I've seen certain cases where he's often being deployed as an XP laner as well, just to get an edge or just to hold off the XP laner, like especially someone as strong as Lapu Lapu, right? So it can be possible. But as of now, it's going to be pretty interesting the way things are going to unfold, because we are already seeing the heroes, the respective teams banning out certain heroes right here. We have Angela, and now we have that Shu Shin, and that Kalia getting banned as well. We have one more ban coming up. So what do you think about the bans, by the way? Like the reason behind those bans? I think Angela is pretty self-explanatory, considering that Fredrin. But what do you think about the other two right here coming from the side of Insomniac Raider and Phoveus from Icy Paradise?
I think the Phoveus is a very solid ban here, because you do not really want the Phoveus when you have a very dashy Lancelot on your side. And when the Phoveus noble, he's unkillable at that point. So it's very understandable that they go for it here. But I think the Irritel is much more of a direct response for the Granger. That's no-brainer. But the thing that I am really skeptical about the pick coming out from Insomniac Raider is that they pick up the Fredrin, but the Lapu is very good against the Fredrin. So I think they have to really pick out a hero that can win in the lane against the Lapu, but I wasn't having the Arlot in mind, man. The Arlot doesn't really win against Lapu in lane, so they kind of have both of a losing side for Sonic Rider, so they need something of a carry into the mid lane. But yeah, they do already have the G10. So what will Icy Paradise go for here though?
Considering the way they draft, of course, I had that hero in mind, and we do see it is going to be mage who will be getting off, who will try to pick off as much as he can from a distance, and a super aggressive roam that will make sure that the backline is as safe as they can be. It is going to be this is going to be the final draft from the side of Icy Paradise right here. And as you can see from the draft, Icy Paradise, they are being super bold, and already from the drafting phase itself, it feels like they have got the upper hand right here. Insomniac Raider, the bans have squeezed out certain heroes, right? They are playing, I feel like they've already, I feel like they're already playing out of their comfort zones, but I still believe that they have one more pick that could salvage their entire draft, and it's going to be a Kufra against the Lancelot. Works very well, by the way, but very dicey, especially on the XP and the gold lane, considering that in terms of natural, the hero abilities, we do know that Lapu wins against Arlot, and Irthel usually wins against that Granger. So I don't know, but this is not looking good for Insomniac Raider already. But hey, we love surprises. Everyone loves surprises. What do you think about the final drafts here?
I think both are very good, but I will lean more towards an Icy Paradise because they have two winning lanes already. And in Insomniac Raider, they last picked the Kufra, which I think It's good still, but it's not the very best because this is a girl we are talking about. He have a lot of set potential with all the skills that he already have, but they do have the fragrance and they are allowed to try to combine to synergize with. So if they play their micro and their synergy correctly in some Nick Razor, they'll be able to have the ways to try to shut down the Irithel and the Versa very early on. But it's still dependent on what kind of macro they will be providing for us, because I don't doubt their macro. It's gonna be very interesting, but let's see how they're gonna be work out, because there's a lot of possible combination that they can run around with it. But I will still stick for Icy Paradise here.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. To all my fellow viewers, this is the MGC Grand Showdown, and we are into this game. And by the way, props to the fantastic graphics designer right here. We have such beautiful overlays, templates, and yeah, you can't appreciate them enough. But with that being said, both teams are into action right here. Takiel Genji is going to start with the blue, one last seg starting with the red. It is going to be contrasting yet very similar rotations from jungles, considering that they want to gank the gold lane as early as they can. And so far we have Coyote against Xuan in the EXP lane as well. So let's see how this goes. Oh, by the way, grab secured by Ryzen as well.
That's early gain coming out for them. But looking at the emblematic so far, nothing too out of the ordinary. Let's Spellbound for the Lapu here, which means you want to stay on the team fights as long as possible so they'll be able to heal. But Nico, very interesting enough, he went for the Wilderness Blessing, so that means he want to use this Versa with the good rotation and just control all over the places. But yeah, this is what you usually want to do on a Versa, right? You just win out onto the mid side, have a good rotation all over the places, especially into your gold lane. But the early stages is where you're going to be helping your goal and the XP altogether, because you want to win that turtle. But look at that invade though.
Already interesting play right here coming in from the side of Takiel Genji. That was beautifully played, because we all, but again it's not done right here. Soul almost down, but Soul will be able to get away. One last sec, very low HP. It's going to be the ultimate being pocketed by Takiel Genji. Will not get one last sec, who beautifully uses his second skill to avoid that. But that is a huge trade-off right here, considering the fact that, you know, he has lost his blue buff with a very early invasion coming in from the side of Insomniac Raider. What went wrong right there for Icy Paradise?
I think it's more of them, trying to respond a little bit too much. But Coyote with the Groundbreaker trying to do something here, Ton.
Retribution being propped again. One last sec is going to get it regardless. Xuan is going down. Takiel Genji, Nico with a double. I don't think Icy Paradise, they are having it enough right here. They are chasing down Soul, but I don't think they'll be getting it. Nico trying to come in. He will not be getting anyone. Soul, oh my god, almost got Merikawa as well, who got away, but who will not get away. Hero got it, and now one last sec also trying to be very cheeky. He is going to get tit for tat right there by securing the blue buff as well.
Retribution. That was a perfect period beyond coming in from Hero, man. He was, able to cut control a lot of people for the side of Icy Paradise, but yeah, they were trying to respond so harshly, trying to take down Soul right there, but it was unfortunate. For Merkava, he wasn't able to survive there, but it's still a good trade coming in for the side of Icy Paradise, because they did secure onto the turtle, which means that they will be able to have that early lead that they are looking for. But looking at the emblems so far, the first time might eventually go for the glowing one as early as the first 3 minutes of the game first build, which is gonna be enough. But Takiel Genji right now trying to do something here. Ton
will not be getting anything. Coyote now has cleared the wave. It seems he has not cleared the wave actually, my bad. But he is going to go regardless. He is going to gamble it away. He wants to rotate, and it seems like he will be able to do that. But what will he get? What is going to be the trade-off right here? Massive damage on the bottom lane right here. But now Coyote is in a very good position, by the way, to try to cause some problems, but I don't think that will happen. Takiel Genji is going to get caught out, but he will be able to get away, it seems. And it was so close to something very big happening, but it seems like both teams will have to settle for a stalemate. They are not going to contend, as the turtle is going to be up in 15 seconds. and now they'll have to fight regardless. Soul taking a bit of a damage right here, but Turtle is up for grabs.
Yeah, Turtle is the good setup for the side of Icy Paradise here just because of the presence of Merkava onto the Grog, but Soul trying to turret, look at that!
Soul is coming right here. He's going to force out everything, but now one last second in trouble right here. Takeyaji Genji is going to secure the turtle. Beautiful turtle still right here, and Nico is going to get taken out by Juan right here. And Takeyaji Genji taking a bit of damage right here will be able to survive. He might be able to survive right here. Coyote Soul coming in and surviving, by the way. Merikawa is going to go away, but Coyote now left all alone. Takeyaji Genji, that was beautiful play coming in from the side of Insomniac Raider right here. Managed to get one and also secure the turtle. What went wrong for Ice Paradise right there?
I think it's the loss of the retribution, mate. Top lane, 1v1. Okay, Ryzen able to take down Omahung with that 1v1 situation. Of course, it's an Irithel we are talking about, but that's a compensation right there. We saw it's gonna be, it's gonna be a little bit of a gain still, a little bit of a comeback for the side of Icy Paradise. But man, that retribution was so important for both of these teams. But hey, for their strike.
Oh no, Takeyaji Genji with a brutal mistake right here on the river area. He went down for absolutely nothing. He was in no man's land, got caught off, and now look at this damage coming in, but I don't think it'll be enough. Coyote right here almost got caught out, but Xuan will be missing that ultimate of his. It was very close, but unfortunate for him. I mean, like, to be fair, it is Arnold against Lapu Lapu. He was always about to struggle, but that was a good try. He was trying for a good setup right here. Very unfortunate that he missed, and Icy Paradise somehow still leading.
That's the presence of Farsa and the God we are talking about then. But yeah, still, it's gonna be into the bottom lane, another fight.
Coyote completely ignored the presence of Sean right there. He was determined to get the turret right here. He got it. Walla Sek trying to. He's a very risky right here. No, not maybe. Maybe not. He's going to ult right here. Walla Sek gets hero and gets away. But Coyote is still left behind. Needs to be careful right here. Coyote will survive regardless. But Walla Sek might get taken out, and Juan takes him out. Exciting play. That's why one last second. He's extremely good, but such a huge showman he is. Got away, but the greed got the better of him with that grab, and Xuan managed to take him out. And now Turtle up for grabs. They're making it very hard, by the way, for Insomniac Raider to take the turtle, but here right now it's going to be a very big set for Xuan. He's not going to get anyone. Xuan is going to get taken out. Soul goes down as well. There, feathered airstrike. And Coyote secures the turtle without the presence of a retribution. Very big mistake by Takeyaji Genji. Nico on the triple kill, but what was wrong with that retribution? Coyote clutch steal right here, and Xuan managed to take him out. And now Turtle up for grabs.
But I would say that was a good movement coming out of Nico, man. He was in a perfect angle with that. There's no one who could target him at that point, and there was a triple kill already. And Terry on top was the stolen turtle for Coyote right there, but still so much gain for the side of Icy Paradise. They have been looking a little bit, down to the samples, but they did make a comeback with that turtle steal, and of course all of those items that they already purchased with that turtle that they got right there. Haskell's and Berserker already into the hands of Ryzen, so that's definitely going to be giving a little bit of a damage as well as a sustain. One last sec with the taunt. He's so aggressive. Look at him.
Oh, with a beautiful time reach, but it's going to be unfortunate as the set is going to be completely wasted right here. Takeyaji Genji in a little bit of a chokehold right here. Feather airstrike coming in. A hero is going to go down to one last sec, but Soul might be going down as well. Ryzen gets Soul down right here. Is this going to be it, or are there going to be any more blood being spilled on the battlefield right now?
Wow, I think I won't be surprised if they still go for a lot more aggression than they usually do, because they are already goal ahead. Look at that.
Xuan trying to do something right here, will not be able to get anything out of it. Will be very disappointed with that, but then again, the goal lead, the resources, his opposition is just too far ahead. Look at that, and it's getting very hard for him. Remember, he's already at a disadvantage with the draft, and Xuan, being forced to be behind in resources, it's not ideal for him to just pick off anyone right here. He's not being able to do that. And if you cannot do that, then again, that's going to ruin the whole point of picking that hero. He has to get something, But then again, Icy Paradise making it so hard for him. You can look at the items right here. Xuan
Yeah.
still has not gotten even one damage item down as of now, and it's very difficult for him. With that being said, Lord is up for grabs, by the way.
Yeah, the Lord is definitely going to be the objective for the side of Icy Paradise right now, and they have a well-fed marksman too, because if you look at Ryzen so far, he hasn't been taken down just yet. Look at the jump, Coyote. I think they might not be engaging just yet, because this is going to be the discipline that they require, because they have the law into their hands, so why not? Why risk it?
Yes, they'll have to play this one slowly, but it seems like Juan, the Hooper coming, direct reach being proc right here. One last second is going to secure this Lord beautifully, but now it's chaos already. Ryzen is going to take down Soul right here. Not done right here. Finally, strike come in. Nico gets down. Omahu as well. Juan might be in trouble right here. Juan will try to pick off someone, try to trade, but it's hopeless. Mega kill secured by Ryzen, who is going crazy on that Airtel as of now. And Insomniac Raiders, they have lost every part of that battle, have not traded anyone, and the Lord marching down the middle lane like funeral bells. It feels like the funeral bells for this match is already ringing, but it's not done right here. Look at that long range damage coming in from Nico.
Wow. Nico, man, I think this guy has to be the star of the show, because he's been so perfect onto this Barca, and with the Jones coming through most of the time, that's definitely up there for grabs. But look at that.
Merikawa is going to wall brilliantly, trying to create some separation, but this means Ryzen in a little bit of a trouble right here, but Juan ran out of second skills to hit, but Merikawa is going to take advantage of that. He is gladly going to take advantage of that, and now the feather airstrike coming in right here. Nico retreating, but now back in action right here, and so much pressure on Insomniac Raiders. They handled the early game so well, but everything fell apart from the middle game right here, and Icy Paradise have punished them ever since. Takia Genji is going to go down as well. Soul right here trying to save him, but will not be able to save him. 2 inhibitors down already, and the bottom lane turret, inhibitor turret, is the only turret that's going to stand for Insomniac Raiders in this game.
Yeah, man, this is a basically open base right now for the side of Insomniac Raiders and Icy Paradise. They are looking very healthy with the lead that they have onto the goal. 15 to the kills already, 11 minutes going 12. And this second law is definitely going to be free if there's no risk coming in for the side of Insomniac Raiders, which they shouldn't be doing, because this is a time where they should do a little bit of a housekeeping right there. They need to farm out their Grander. They need to play for him, give him the stacks, the Rhapsodies, the Capriccio stack, but never mind.
Oh, the was taken down right here, shut down, and then Takia Genji will try to get away. It's going to be a trade right here, but they'll have to be careful. They cannot lose any more of their members, and they will not. That is a beautiful trade right here. You want to trade as much as you can in this situation, especially such a healthy one like the one we saw right now, but it's not going to be. Takia Genji, beautiful taunt coming in as well, and now Coyote will be able to get away. Not be able to get away, it seems. Omahu with the brilliant snipe on that dead Sonata right here. And yeah, now Ice Paradise, they need to be careful. Discipline is very important in these phases of the game. They have lost 2 members, but it was completely uncalled for. They did not need to do that, because the Lord now is up for grabs right here. You could play around the objectives. You can force your opposition to come out of those jungle areas right there, just to make them come in an uncomfortable position, and engage yourself rather than getting counter ganked like that. You don't want that to happen. But now Lord is up already. It's going to be some actions right here.
Yeah, definitely, because this is going to be contested one if they try to go for more. But now I feel like it's still not going to be contested, because there's a lane slot we are talking about. You cannot really go 50-50 against the lane slot into the retribution so far. But I would have thought that Insomniac would try to get that contest onto the top, because they have all the resources available. It's a risk they weren't willing to take, so never mind for that. But now the lore is still going to be melting into the mid lane side for the side of Icy Paradise. They are ready with the sync onto the minions. Nico, he does have the Purify as well as the Feather Airstrike. It's going to be very important for him, or when and where he's going to be using that Feather Airstrike, so that he'll be able to zone. So let's see what they can do here.
Again, you take so much damage right here. The bottom double eliminate. Turret is going to fall. The Lord is already connected to the minions right here, but now chaos all over the place. Oh, Mahmoud is going to get taken out. He's going to be the first one to fall right here. Turret is being marked. The base is being marked. Crystal Soul is going to go down as well. Xuan is going to go down as well. Icy Paradise could have gotten more blood, but there is no, there's not much satisfaction in the kills when you can directly go for the crystal, and they do. Icy Paradise, in one of the most dominant fashion, is going to secure game number 1. Wow, that was absolutely brutal coming in. What a sequence of events right here. Icy Paradise just too dominant in game number 1. What went wrong there, by the way, for the Insomniac Raiders?
I think it's more of them not taking risks, because sometimes you gotta take risks, man, because that last Lord, it was like you gotta try to take it, because there's no way you'll be able to defend that Lord, because there was no inhibitor standing and you do not have the greatest clearance. Of course, we do know that they have the Grandeur, they have the ZTN to try to pair it together with the clearance too, but you can't really clear out onto those minions and the Lord with the Grandeur very well as Irithel does. And talking about Irithel, Ryzen will be the MVP of the match. He wasn't taken down even once with the Purify he has, and the Quantum Chat, he does have a lot of movements with this guy, and I don't think anybody from the side of Insomniac Riders were even close to trying to take down a little bit of his HP.
Yep, too agile, too fast, and too skilled actually to be killed. The 1-versus-1 situation, the 50-50s, he won on his own, and in the team fights, he absolutely dominated. Getting a brief overview, this was a 14 minutes game right here, and as you can see the score, brutal fashion, 19-5. You don't see that on a professional game if you ask me, but that was absolute domination right here. No turrets, by the way, secured by Insomniac Raiders, and everything fell apart so fast.
Yeah, it was because one thing I'm pretty unsure about the builds coming in from Shoal is that he went for the Thunder Bell onto the Kofra. Of course, the Thunder Bell may be good, but I don't think it's gonna be good when you are the main roamer here and you are actually behind. You kind of need the dominance, man. You kind of need to have those items that can help you survive, and let you live long enough for all those team fights. And looking at the comparison so far for the gold laners here, level 5, level 15 both, of course, and a lot of gold into the hands of Ryzen. This guy has been free farming, and thanks to the turtle that they were able to secure into the early phases for Icy Paradise, he wasn't actually lacking behind even when he was a little bit low on gold. His teams actually made up for it as well. So that's a lot of gain that we have seen, a lot of boss onto the hands of what last sec. I mean, this guy, he did have a little bit of a questionable play, but what's life without risk? And in this game, it's a landslide, right? You can risk anything on the landslide.
Yep. And to be honest, Genji did not put a foot wrong, especially in the early phases of the game. Right, he also got the blue buff, was ahead, also got the turtle as well, but then just too brutal from the middle game, just could not get his head back in. And you look at the mid laner as well, Hero just could not get the best of Nico right here in the middle lane. You could look at it, Nico got picked off, twice, as you can see, with the help of Arlott, but then otherwise he was just too free in the mid lane, managed to dictate the pace of the game. Hero, meanwhile, could not do the same with Zetian, and it seems like Zetian is still going to be stuck with a 0% win rate so far in the tournament. Okay. No changes to that.
It's correct.
But this is the outlook at the roam right here. Merakawa against Soul. What do you think about their stats?
Yeah, I think this is such a big gap into the role, man. 0-5 to 1. And the thing about Kufa is that you're gonna be needing a little bit of a frontliner, a distractor. Even the Uranus could work to try to distract the opponent and try to go for the sets like a shocking set. And talking about the XP laners here, the Lapu Lapu, I think it was actually fine for Insomniac Raiders, especially the Arlott here. But he went for the first build onto the Oracle. Of course, you want to have a little bit of a sustain and a lifesteal as well with the shields. But I feel like they should try to be a little bit more tanky because they are actually so behind, and he's actually the one who sets first rather than Soul. So maybe they could have held on just a little bit, and try to be less aggressive. But yeah, that was actually a wrong call onto the build as well. But nevertheless, we're gonna be seeing that the lineups are here. Ryzen, he got the highest damage, man. Irritel, a let loose Irritel here.
Definitely, and then against Granger, by the way. So it was
Against Granger.
it was a seamless. It was a seamless. There was no friction for him whatsoever, and he took full advantage of it. But that is going to be game number 1 between Icy Paradise and Insomniac Raiders. Insomniac Raiders just could not get a reply again. Early game, very well done. They had a front foot as well, but then everything fell apart starting from the middle game. Their weakness in their draft exposed. Are we going to see the same thing in game number 2? We don't know. But firstly, we'll have to look into what is going to be the game mode right here. What are we going to play in? Oh.
Dangerous grass. Wow.
Dangerous grass.
A lot of surprises. A lot of surprises. Me personally, I like dangerous grass because there's always a way for you to get, hit upon from every boost, and there, it kind of gives a lot of ways for the roamers to get that level 2 trick from their opponent's vision, and you can hide into the boost without getting spotted on. So it's okay.
Yeah, you know how perceptive that is. You know how perceptive that is. You and me sitting here, you and me literally sitting here talking about the game modes, right? And you absolutely love dangerous grass. I absolutely hate this mode, especially when I go against it, right? But it is what it is. Dangerous grass. Broken wall was for game number 1, by the way. It is what it is right here. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be dangerous grass, right? It's being shown broken wall, but it was dangerous grass earlier. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. And that's the thing, right? It depends on the play style. Like some of us will like surprises, and those who like surprises, of course, dangerous grass is the way to go. But some of us who likes a lot of actions, the expanding river is such a fantastic mode to play in. Everyone's going up and down throughout the map. Everyone's going chitta bang bang, just go there, fight, just go down there, fight. But then with that being said, it is going to be dangerous grass for this game. So now what do you think are going to be the adjustments that's going to be made in game number 2, considering that now we have a different game mode?
I think Icy Paradise will be using this one again to their full potential, because from what I've seen for the first match, one last sec, he's more of a risk taker than Insomniac Raider, because the way he was, the playstyle that he have been using, it's not that disciplined. And it can also be advantageous sometimes, but it can also have a disadvantage as well once your opponent read it out. But this time around, I think it's gonna be okay for him, because Dangerous Grass is gonna open a lot of options for you to go for surprise attacks like we talked about. Nico maybe can pick up the Kadita as well, and try to hide into the boosters. But yeah, there are so many options that they could go for here. But if they are gonna be still sticking to their own combination, it's still gonna be a lot of factor here for them to play around it. So Insomniac Raider, now that they have the first pick, should they remove the Lancelot or use it for themselves?
It is going to be pretty interesting. You can't really, let the Lancelot go free, especially dangerous grass. Like, so much potential. That hero. I know he's an assassin, but then he also has the survivability factor to him. And with the help of the grass, he can go to places. So gotta watch out for Lancelot. And I'm not really sure how they're going to go about it. But as you can see, you look at the initial ban. It is going to be Yisun Shin getting banned out once again. I feel like both the global, the map revealers like Yisun Shin and Zeishan, they should be out of this game because then it wastes the whole potential of Dangerous Grass, and it's absolutely no fun for anyone. The strategy goes out of the window. But it seems like we have a change we have a change right here, considering that we have Lancelot getting locked in. I forgot to talk about the bans, by the way. What do you think of the bans? And then let us go through the Lancelot pick as well.
Lancelot, definitely the safest choice, and I always like me a Lancelot, so that's definitely a safest choice for Insomniac to go for here. And still, I see Paradise sticking with their original draft that they had into the first game. Still, maybe this is their kind of strategy, or they know that they can go against Insomniac graders like this, with these bans, Valentina removed, the JV removed, as well as the Yuzong yet again, and they're gonna be picking up the Grok. I think the Grok holds a very important factor in objective vices when turtle fights and lord fights most of the time. But look at that, the new phase that we're going to be seeing right now. A lot of heroes scared of this run, the CC. So this is basically a winning lane into the XP if Insomniac doesn't go for the Arlot.
Yep. So it's a double-edged sword. The way they draft, like, it can either be very good or it can go terribly wrong. So there's no in between, and that's the way they play, and that's the way they get rewarded as well. But it's going to be pretty interesting right here. I have a lot of question marks on which hero they could possibly go for, and it's going to be a Guinevere right here getting locked in. Not really picked much throughout the tournament, but we now have an exciting hero in this Octopus right here. For some reason, I absolutely love this hero. I absolutely love Bane, and with the recent changes, he is so good, and the damage potential is so high. But one last sec, I believe Icy Paradise, they're not going to wait. They are going to lock in that Hayabusa rather immediately against Lancelot, by the way. They're going to lock in Hayabusa immediately. They know that they have a lot of things that they can pick on, even if they don't get Lancelot right here. But what do you think of the draft
I think I like the Lancelot. I like the Lancelot and the Hayabusa matchup here, because it comes down to how much of a skill set you're going to be having. But yeah, thing is, Icy Paradise can remove the Arlot right now, and you know what, the Bane pick is definitely important for Insomniac here. They can still flex it, but it's highly likely it will be going into the gold lane side. So now that they have one magic damage dealing potential for the gold, I think Bane should go the magic damage. So there we go. Icy Paradise will be removing the Arlot altogether, because you don't want the Arlot, your CC, to go against the Arlot yet again. So Insomniac, what can they ban here? Are they gonna be removing the mages too? Barca?
It is going to be a lot of question marks right here. Actually, you don't really want Farsa, right? You don't even want Kadita, by the way. I'm very surprised that Kadita has not been banned or picked so far, considering that we're in the second phases of the drafts already. Because Dangerous Grass, Kadita, these are formulas for chaos. It can go both ways, but then usually it's on the giving end of chaos, to the opposition. So it's going to be pretty dicey right here. Shushin, in fact, is going to be banned right here, and then it's going to be a Lapu pan coming in from the side. Lapu is actually, he's a staple. I know he's a staple EXP laner, but again, question marks over those bans right here, bans and picks. But again, these are the ones playing. I'm sure they have a strategy behind what they do. They're heavily discussing it out, and but I'm sure they'll make it work. But again, I still have a lot of questions, right? I don't really know if this is the ideal thing to do, but they are going for it regardless.
Yeah. I think it's still, trying to put their safe bet and get a winning XP lane no matter what. But oh wait, Insomniac Razors, they did not hesitate even a little bit, just trying to ban away the Granger here. And I see Paradise, they went for the Kimi instead. I would have been sure that it could have been the Kadita, because what's wrong with the Khadija here in this lineup because it's so good with the cams, and this is dangerous girls we are talking about. There's a lot of ways for you to go for the ambushes. It's still gonna be okay because Kimmy is gonna be into the mid side, and when you have a tanky frontliner like the Grog, the Kimmy have a whole lot of value again. And the thing about Kimmy is that when you have a gold laner who is also a magic damage dealer, you play the Kimmy, whether it can be the Natan or the Bane, you can either have a very very good counter with that Kimmy as well. So it depends on how the setup goes on. So I see Paradise now that they have locked in, and Somniac Creators. Wow, Beatrix! Wait, Beatrix? Are you sure?
Very brave draft coming right here. It's going to be a Bane mid lane, it seems. Bane is going to have some mid lane action right here, dictating play from the middle, it seems. Bane sick of the jungle, he went to EXP, sick of EXP, he went to gold, and now we have Bane mid lane, ladies and gentlemen. And to the new viewers here, my name's Rezdorf, and today joined with me I have Devi all the way from India, and together we are casting game number 2 right here of the first series of the qualifiers. And of course we have there's a whole tournament. We have our in-game store partner, Orion Store. We have our merchandise sponsor, Druk Fit. And also, let's not forget what the top 2 teams get from this tournament. They will be invited for SAGA, the South Asian Grand Arena, which online teaser tournament for South Asia. The top 2 teams will also be getting free jerseys, and they have a prize pool of 15,000 Bhutanese neutrums. A lot of perks for the winners, a lot of rewards, a lot of things at stake. And back to the game right here. As you can see, these are going to be the final drafts. Pretty questionable drafts, but I'm not complaining because again, discrepancies, variabilities, and endless possibilities. They are perfect formulas for an exciting game, and that is what we are expecting to get right here.
This is amazing, man. Elise and the Tigreal last picks it. And that's definitely gonna be meaning that Guinevere will be into the XP lane, which I don't usually hear of, but we will see. This is gonna be amazing now. But now that the combinations are set in, I personally like the Tigreal against any kind of assassin, so that's definitely gonna be it. But the Kimmy, man, the Kimmy have a lot of ways to stop this Tigreal.
We're going to talk about the CC goal lane, by the way.
Oh yeah, CC too. I'm pretty sure it's normal.
CC on goal lane, my goodness. What are we going to see in this game? Give me mid lane, CC goal lane. Alice on the EXP, by the way. This is going to be some pretty exciting match right here coming up. We have both the teams with rather interesting drafts, you could say, to the very least right here. Both teams are going to have some mirror jungling style right here, with both the junglers going for the red buffs right here. They will try to rotate around. Omahung is in a bit of a tight spot right here, but action's happening already in the middle lane. And now Takia Genji will not be able to get that Lethal Wanderer, and it seems like he'll have to settle for that blue buff only. Meanwhile, Hero is going to be pressurized right here on that one, on the middle lane right here. And now look at that right here, trying to open up the map for the blue buff as well. So far both teams are looking, just pretty normal, pretty casual. But how do you think things are going to unfold from here on out?
I think the mid lane is definitely where we're going to be seeing the most of action, because this is Nico onto the Kimmy right there, and of course Hero is onto the Bane too, but the Bane requires much more energy and items rather than the Kimmy to try to come online. An interesting factor at this Coyote on Elise is that it's an XP lane Elise, and you don't usually see this kind, but Ryzen might be in trouble though. But yeah, he is a very tanky fighter. Yeah.
He is taking a lot of damage right here, but I don't think he minds right here. He will heal up anytime. Meanwhile, on the explainer, Coyote is trying to do something right here. He is already level 4. He will be a lot more tanky right here. Again, the things connecting, he is not going to be bothered by it. One last sec, and Takia Genji very, very low right here. and it seems like Take Genji is getting poked to the hell out of him right here. He'll have to get away. He's going to use the ult to get out of danger, but then Xuan trying to get one. Nick is going to the first one fall right here. Hero, absolutely beautiful. Omahung is going to fall. Meanwhile, Merikawa is going to get Xuan as well. But it seems like the turtle is going to get uncut, and will it not? And one last thing, almost got taken out, but that was very, very close right here. Hero on that Bane causing all sort of problems, but Soul is going to go down. And he's going to go down as well. That was pretty exciting. The sharks were chasing down the assassin. What was? Please take us through this once again.
It was messy, it was chaotic, but it was also very good because you could see Chaotic and the Merkava, they have a very great connection with that. So there's a lot of goalie they will be having right now with the first turtle already taken down, and the flicker also wasted by Hero too. But yeah, the Skype Center has something go because he's gonna be the only kill secure head into the team because they have the LAs, they have a lot of thank you for NS as well, and of course they do have a lot of setup. The thing about the builds coming in for both teams is that the Elise is what I'm worried about. He's more tanky than Musa. Look at that.
Hero with an ultimate he has. The thing about Bane is also he has literally no escape skill. Once he's caught out, he's either dead, and if you don't have your spell, you're even more dead. So when you have nothing right, it's going to be a lot of trouble right here. Ryzen meanwhile is doing very well against the Beatrix from Omahung. Now they are Omahung in a tough spot right here. One last sec is going to spy him out. We'll try to see if he can get something right here. Soul taking a bit of a damage right here. One last sec will not go all in right here. Xuan and Coyote meanwhile are going to exchange blows. I don't think Coyote has noticed Takia Genji is still there. I'm sure he'll be able to escape regardless, but some pretty interesting actions right here. Coyote surviving. Meanwhile, the top lane right here. Omar is going to go down. Soul is going to go down as well. I see Paradise again causing all sort of problems. As I said, this match super chaotic it was going to be, and so far it is. And the turtle is going to spawn in around 10 seconds.
Yeah, definitely into the hands of Icy Paradise still, because looking at the jungle so far, Takia Genji isn't really having the best time of his life, because he's level 6 for a level 7 one last sec, and you know you cannot really contest out, and you know this is why you wanna go in. Look at that.
Yeah, he tried to take the risk right here. One last sec is gone out right here. One last sec is going to go down. And the turtle is going to be secured by Coyote, but one last sec is going to be very disappointed with his team right here. The creative Xuan got one last sec. That was a blind eye to one last sec. They were so focused on the turtle right here that was a little bit comical, you could say, but it seems like turtle is going to matter more than the jungle.
You cannot really contest out. And
in the end right here, but then Takia Genji, by the way, we were just talking about game number 1 and how they're not taking a lot of risk. But now he's taking the risk, but he's just not making it count.
Yeah, true.
They're just losing at this point. They need to fix their heads right here. They need to get something out of this game. But then again, look at this one. Icy Paradise already so much chaos now. Already in the bull lane, and it seems like good to be going, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Omahu is also in trouble right here. And now Coyote is going to come and secure the kill. And yeah, it's going to be a relatively easy kill, it seems. Icy Paradise cruising throughout game number 2 right here, and now one last second is going to go crazy. Oh no, Xuan, his teammate tried because of him, you know. Now last time second kill, but the hybrid is going to connect. Xuan going to go in once again. It's going to be a bit of a spread right here, but Xuan is going to fall as well. And the CC Ryzen is going to escape right here. Icy Paradise is in such a big lead in this juncture right here. In these proceedings, it is only 6 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, and they have such a big lead. Insomniac Raider with a mountain to climb in this game. Again, oh my goodness.
What was that, man?
Omahung is getting taken out left and right. There is no safe space for him to run into.
Yeah, this is Grog. Welcome to Grog, that's right. But you know the thing. Mid lane. Nico
got taken out right here. Takia Genji I hope it's going to be a positive trade for them this time. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Will it be? It is going to be, because Showdown to one last sec, who is going to fall right here. And it's going to be finally a healthy trade for Insomniac Raider, who got not only 2 for 1, but a shutdown as well. It's going to be a huge boost when it comes to resources. But can they make it count? And by the way, props to Xuan for making some critical plays with the Guinevere. He already got their jungler twice in this game.
Yeah,
but what will we see again?
That's what I'm actually kind of looking forward to, one of the special migrations that he's going to be doing, because he was able to successfully take down Nico as well, and that's going to be a little bit of a breathing space that they're looking for. But still, it's not going to be enough, because Icy Paradise right now with a 6k gold lead being so aggressive, man. Soul?
Yeah, and it's going to be Soul taken out right here. Nico has secured that kill, but it's not going to be enough right here. One last sec going crazy, almost got them, but it seems like he's going to go away with zero additional kill on his name. And now they're going to try out to defend the mid lane right here. I think they'll be able to do it, but Genji under very heavy pressure on that Lancelot. It's just not working out for him, not in this game. And meanwhile, Xuan again, we might see it again.
I'm waiting. No,
okay, he got away. I think it's a risk you're not willing to. Yeah. And the Lord is up as well, so you don't want to risk it in the ways. And he's not going to risk it, Steve. But the Lord is going to go uncontested for Icy Paradise. By the way, this match has been straight up domination. There is no early game here or there this time. What was different in this game?
I think it's more of the picks coming in from the side of Icy Paradise, because look at them though, the Kimi and the Grok combination is already a win into the mid lane, and this is why I was actually questioning out the Beatrix pick here, because it was, up to the very end, the CC was still a flex, and I think Icy Paradise really did a good job in trying to flex out the CC up till the very end, and at least was the last call too, and he's not gonna be dying anymore. Look at that, traction calls.
Again, a lot of pressure right here. One last thing is going to chase out. Omahung does get over, and he's going to get away. He's going to get away. Omahung has probably had the worst game in this tournament so far right here. He's not received any kind of breathing space whatsoever. He's frequently ganked, frequently picked off. 5 deaths in this game, and it's just looking terrible for him at this point. And the bottom lane turret might be going down as well. Again, a lot of pressure right here. Soul will not be able to get away. He's going to get squished right here, right near the upper lane inhibitor, and Grok ultimate coming in now. One last sec, a lot of pressure coming in from Icy Paradise. They want to end this game here. Will they be able to do it is the question. They might, because the Omau goes down once again. Nico's going to fall to the last one, but it's not going to be enough, because Icy Paradise going crazy all over the place. They are going to get Xuan as well, and now only one of them standing the fountain, dealing a lot of damage, but it's not going to matter because the crystal is going to get taken out. And Icy Paradise showing why they are the champions of these matches right here. No chance whatsoever. This is just epic. Oh my god, what a game. What a series, by the way, from Icy Paradise.
What a series. I think it's more, man, Juan, it was actually amazing to see him play the Guinevere. But there was also a lot of setups coming already for the side of Icy Paradise, and Merkava, man. This guy onto the Grok yet again with all the stats, with all the stuns, with all the crowd controls that he was able to provide. I think he's all the it man for the side of Icy Paradise. He was him, the Dawn, the setter, and he was already everywhere. But the rotation that was coming through from Icy Paradise is more of his call. Most of the time you don't really see out the Rome trying to help out onto the XP laner, but you can really do that when you have this kind of composition where you want your XP laner to win, so that it will be able to rotate together for the turtle, because you have an assassin onto your side. You want to win out the turtle as early as possible. That first turtle is one of the most important for both of this assassin here, and I think one last sec able to take that turtle as a Hayabusa against a Lancelot, that was such an amazing feat for them, and I think that's the start of their snowball. And when Hayabusa snowballs, your team is living the life.
Absolutely beautiful. I'm actually left speechless. The way they dominated the second game.
Hmm.
Again, squeezed out the opposition so hard, did not give a breathing space. The only positive light for Insomniac Raider came from the XP laner. That Shwen
Uh-huh.
on that Guinevere did his very best, but it was just not enough. Hero also gave a very positive game, but by the way, Ryzen on that CC was absolutely flawless as well. You can see the difference between the two goal laners, just a straight up domination. Oma, who did not get anything
Yep.
from the game at all.
At all.
And Ryzen with another beautiful display on the goal lane right here, and this time without even playing a marksman.
Yeah, true. That's what. It's funny for the fact that it's Mahunk onto that Matrix. He was six deaths down, and Ryzen was actually 6 kills ahead. So that's definitely looking like a solo kill, but still a lot of gold that he already had 9k to the score, and of course onto the jungles as well. This time around, I think Genji, he's not able to find anything now with the landslide, because one last set kill was always a step ahead into the experience level, or as well as the gold too, because at one point of a time he was 3 levels ahead, and you do not really want to do that when you are an assassin, because assassin versus assassin, you want to be equal onto the XP level or even the gold, or just one level behind so that you'll be able to catch up. And I don't think at that point of a time the Lancelot wasn't able to come to that, and there we go. Or Bane mid lane, I don't think it really worked again, right?
I definitely did not. It was a bit of a struggle for him. He tried his best, and the early game was interesting, but it just
Uh-huh.
fell apart right after that. And the room, let me not get started with the room. I don't even know what I don't even know what to say. It was he gave his best soul, but the Tigreal had he could not get anyone right, and the Gulfin class was immense. So yeah, he just could not get anything. Uh, what more can I say? But yes, Americava. Meanwhile, props to Americava. It was amazing display. That Grok. You have already said plenty of it,
Yep.
right? So I don't think there's nothing to add upon. But again, the East player, the quieter side of this game was the XP lane, to be honest. Then Juan
True.
actually had a very good game, and Coyote also, but Coyote had a better one. That Alice was a silent killer, if you ask me, right? He played his
True, true.
gave out his role very well, and it seems like this is going to be the way things roll out. Right here, we have Ryzen with the highest gold per minute and the highest damage, and the most assists being secured on Merkava, and Soul right here. You can guess from his stats also got the highest damage taken right here. At least it did the duty of a tank, if you ask me.
True. And I think most of the time he gets countered a lot, right? Because the CC was also under Purify, and there's also always ways for the side of Icy Paradise to try to counter out every kind of explosion that he wants to set. But yeah, it was a good try for them too. It was definitely, worth it to mention. But yeah, Swan doing a really good job onto the XP lane side as well. But it was all a team game most of the time. And Icy Paradise, they just had a better connection. And with the way they were playing, the objectives, the setups, the compensations that they were looking for, and most of the time, yeah, I mean, there's not much to see into that second game because it was pure domination, and because it happened because they got their early turtle, and that snowball had it rolling on the floor. So into the first game was very, very good. That there was a little bit of a game plan coming in for the side of Insomniac Rider as well, because I wish that they could have done it better this game. But yeah, the lineup wasn't really the best. It was more of Icy Paradise doing better into the draft. Up to the very last second, they were drafting in a way that you wouldn't know who is going goal. Like CC was there, Elise was there. At one point of a time, the Elise was also being picked as like gold laner. So it was still putting Insomniac Raiders in a very, very peculiar position where they had to make a good decision on how in what way they were able to execute their plans out. And I think I see Paradise, they just tarnished their composition like that.
Yep, they managed to work it around. They ran circles around their draft. Game number one also was a heavy difference in the draft. Same with game number two. And Insomniac Raider, what they lack in the drafting phase, they had to make it up in their micro plays. But again, Icy Paradise with such a strong lineup, it's a new lineup for them, fresh start. But it seems like they are going to have no issues integrating the newer members right here into the team. And as you can see, it was picture perfect. And
Picture perfect.
yep. Now, do not go anywhere, guys. We will be having game number 2 coming up very, very soon. This is going to be Reznov, and I'm waiting for
Hey.
you to say it.
Don't do that. Don't. Okay. I'm Debbie.
All right.
Okay, I know Reznov. He don't know me, so I'm sorry he does. But yeah, we're gonna be signing off. It seems so. We'll be taking a little bit of a break, so that we'll be coming back for the next best of 3. So stay tuned.
All right. Catch you guys later.
Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vault-X, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vault-X, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vault-X, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vault-X, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. Your focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now.
Hello and welcome back to MGC Grand Showdown, and it's the first day of the playoffs and we are out here for match number 2, which is up against Nerf Esports and God Voyage. So I'm here today along with Paru. So we are going to cast for this game number 2. Oh sorry, match number 2.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Let's
What do you
see
think
how
about
it
it?
goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nerf Esports and God Voyages, they are, I guess, the underdogs out here because I think they are the upcoming esports teams from Team Bhutan. And let's see how they are going to come up with the strategies and game plans for this playoff. It's the upper bracket playoff, match number 2. The first match, it was between IC Paradise and Insomniac Raiders, and IC took a clean sweep. So let's see, Paru, how it goes. First, after the update, we have now the random maps. So we have to see the map selection out here. So what do you think about those random maps, Paru?
I think all the maps have their both fair advantages and disadvantages. If in that rushing reverse, you can rotate faster, and then in the flying clouds, in the flying clouds you can rotate faster as well. I'm sorry. So that's from what I'm saying. They have their share advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah, indeed. So as per that expanding river, you can rotate to the lanes faster. Like you can switch up from the EXP side direct to the gold lane, and teams that they can come up with good strategies depending on the map. So there is dangerous grass as well, which is very lethal for both the teams. It's very chaotic. Like it's a high risk and high reward. Then for the flying clouds, yeah, I think that flying cloud makes the lane management a bit more easier for both the teams. Like if you're down by when your lane is getting dominated, you can just recall and use this flying cloud to like come for it and clear up the lanes. But my personal best favorite is Broken Walls out here. For those dashy and flashy heroes, Broken Walls is absolutely insane. Starting up from Lancelot and Joy, they are in the meta right now, and let's see how they are going to like perform. Very excited for this match, and here we are for the drafting phase of this match number 2.
Yes, they have already banned a couple of heroes. 2 meta heroes to be specific. We have a Hayabusa ban and a Lancelot ban.
Indeed. So Hayabusa and so that's a good ban, I guess, but they are choking down those junglers. So jungle prio in the first banning phase.
We have a Sujin ban. Maybe a tanky composition on the side of Team Nerf.
Let's see how it goes. So okay, Zushin, she's also in the meta right now. The mid lane, it's very great mid lane for like poke damage as well as those chain CC coming out from her pickoffs.
Yeah. What do you think they will ban? Team Voyager. I think Team Voyager picked on what Nerf is going to pick. Maybe a tank composition from Nerf.
Okay, so we can see God Voyages. They are going for Arlott ban. So Arlott, indeed a strong EXP right now in this current meta. Both Arlott and there's the jungler Lancelot out there. So let's see. YSS is still open. Maybe a safer pick, like maybe YSS or Kalea composition. It's a good comp to have in your team, or maybe you can have a lot of options. Even the Fredrin is open for the utility jungler, as you said that they might go for some utility tanks or junglers.
Yes, you're right. And we have a Irithel ban from the side of Team Nerf. What do you think about that?
Okay, Irithel is like not a really pro scene band from Nerf Esports. I think they have like just studied the game coming out from game God Voyages, and they might assume that there might be some gold laner who is like pretty good on that Irithel, so it might be a comfort band.
Yeah.
Choking down those heroes, those gold lane for God Voyages.
And we have a Vision Shin ban.
Okay, so a lot of assassin junglers being prioritized, Lancelot, Lee Shin and Hayabusa are getting banned. So is it going to be a utility matchup out here for both the teams?
Make some noise for yours truly!
And yeah, we have a CC pick from the side of Team Nerf. They have prioritized their EXP first.
Okay, it's a CC coming out, a strong EXP who can dish out a lot of damage, and yeah, it's a good pick because if you are trying to go for that utility jungler, it is a good counter pick coming up from Nerf Esports. So let's see how God Voyages responds to this CC pick.
Welcome to my castle, my friend.
We have a Grog. Grog is a really good, tank. After he got revamped. He has been in the pro scene for a long time.
Okay, so yeah, it is indeed a Grog and a Bane coming up from God Voyages. Bane being very flexible, it can go to the gold lane as well as jungler, and in the last match we have seen it in the mid lane, which did not work out so well, but yeah, it is very flexible indeed. And the Grog after that revamp is super, one of the top prio in the roam section with that tectonic charge, chain CC, and it has a lot of CC, so that's a good pick coming out from God Voyages. And for Nerf
Yes.
Esports, they are going for the Baxia, a utility jungler, and a Kimi in the mid lane.
Yeah, I guess Kimmy works, no? They need a melt after Grok was picked from the side of Team Voyagers.
Kimi, as per like in the early to mid stage, Kimi is very scary. To lane up against a Kimi in the mid lane, it's like way too much. You need to be very safe and like conscious about all this map. You need a good map awareness if you are up against a Kimi, and it is an X-Borg. So are we seeing an X-Borg jungler out here, which is, I guess, a pretty good pick up against Baxia? But let's see, because yeah.
Yes. We are now into the second ban phase. We already have a ban from the side of Team Voyagers. It is going to be a carry ban. Since Team Voyager is going for a tanky composition, they are banning the Melter.
Okay, so yeah, they are going for the counter picks. So Gary being banned. So, but I don't think Gary is going to be like a heck of a problem, because Gary with that short range is going to have a tough time. But you never know. It's because Bane can go to the gold lane, and I think that they have decided that they want to play along with that Bane. So going for like his comfort area.
Yeah. Bane's magic damage is crazy right now after he got buffed.
Yep, that magic Bane is really scary, especially with those, his ultimate, that deadly catch, and with that cannon.
Yeah. And from the side of Team Nerf, we have a Katokasa ban.
Okay,
Yeah, maybe.
Katot.
Yeah. Katot works.
Okay, but no, it's like this band is kind of unreasonable out here, because they have Grok, which is going for the roam, and I don't think that Katot will be going for that EXP, because right now EXP is not favorable for Katot up against a CC. So let's see what they are planning, Nerf Esports. And for God Voyages, there's Hylos being banned, okay? So they don't want that extra movement boost up there for Nerf Esports, and it's an Eve, yeah, a perfect ban coming up from Nerf Esports, because that Eve is going to dish out a lot of damage with that poke.
Yes, she has also been very irritating after the buff. Her first skill is 1 second, and that continuous poke will be irritating for Grok and X-Borg, since they are a little bit tanky.
Indeed, yeah. Let's see now what are they planning to pick up now. For the mid lane, is the Bane planning to go for the mid lane or the gold lane? I think it is better if it goes to the gold side,
Yes.
because a first item prioritization that might be like Holy Crystal can dish out a lot of damage. But yeah, I think it is a gold lane Bane coming up.
Yes. Lapu from the side of Team Voyagers. I think Lapu will have a tough time with CC though. It goes to the place.
Yep, it depends on the skills and the playstyle coming up from both the teams, because a good rotation can just compensate on that lane domination. So Lapu up against the CC, a good matchup though, and let's see, because it all depends on the turtle control, the first turtle of the game. And looking at the lineup, I think both the teams have equal sustain and damage to dish out. So I guess it will be an equal fight and the contest will be much great. So for Nerf Esports, it's a Granger coming up and a Khalid, a very aggressive roam out there. Khalid is really good, and it's coming up in the meta right now. Let's see how they are planning to take on, and let's see.
Yeah, you're right. We have a Granger pick from the side of Nerf gives them a lot of advantage in the late game, I guess. but they
Yeah.
have a ban. They have a ban on Team Voyager's side. So yeah, I think equal advantages.
And what do you think about the last pick coming out from God Voyages?
They need a mage. I think they need to pick a mage that can't be, have to be positioned perfectly. And we have a Farsa from the side of Team Voyagers.
Yep, a Farsa, indeed a good pick, but yeah, it's going to have a tough time in that mid lane because Khalid can dish out a lot of damage in that early stage. Along with that Gimme, it's going to be very tough to win that mid lane fight, so it might be a good early rotation coming out from Nerf Esports, along with that Bakshia who can just roam around with that wheel. So I guess this lineup is favoring Nerf Esports very much right now, because for that early lead and team fight you need good rotation coming out from that mid lane. And as per the composition out here, Gimme along with Khalid and Bakshia, they are going to be a trouble for God Voyages. Let's see how they are going to answer with their lineup.
Yeah, you're right. I'm excited for this match. They have I want to see how that CC can deal with Lapu.
Yeah, let's see, because in the pro scene it's always the CC who's like dominating the laning phase, but when it comes to the turtle fight it all depends on the skill level, because a land shaker coming out from Lapu, a previous fighter, it's going to depend a lot on those ultimate coming up from Lapu, and let's see how are they going to manage it. So we will be soon jumping into this game number 1, and before that let me tell you guys that this tournament, our official tournament partner is Orion Store along with merchandise partner Drugfit, and they are our official partners for this MGC Grand Showdown. So if you want to purchase diamonds and all with cheaper rate, you can just visit Orion Store. And for jerseys and all for esports, you can just contact with Drugfit, and they have the absolutely best jerseys out there with perfect quality. So without further ado, we'll jump right into game number 1 of this MGC Grand Showdown playoffs. It's the upper bracket, and it's Nerf Esports up against God Voyages.
Not much going on. They are working on their buff. Ladies, can you take on a little bit?
Okay, please. So it is, as I said, early rotation coming up. I think Nerf Esports Bakshia Ryu took that little wonder out there, and as you can see, the rotation coming up from Nerf Esports from the early stages itself, because the lane clearing ability is like quite good for them, and they are doing good. But here we can see Sinas rotating top side and trying to like dish out some damage to Kelzin. And in the EXP matchup, it's still like even square. Oh, we might see a first blood coming out here. Flicker wasted, and Weed Boy might get taken down, and a jungler for a gold lane in the early stage. I don't think that was a good trade coming out from Nerf Esports. I think that Ryu overcommitted out there, although he got that kill on Wheat Boy, but it is still favorable for God Voyages out there. Okay, Titan trying to dish out some damage out there in the EXP lane, and Wings by Wings used by Znas. Okay, the first turtle of the game already being started. Traction pulls out there from Kimi, and Yobik gets taken down with, but it's Ryu with that clutch steal, and it is a double kill for Titan. Farsa gets taken down out there, and that was a huge lead for Nerf Esports in that early game, and that's what you don't want up against that lineup. Okay, Kelvin trying to do some damage out there, both very low. And here we can see again Khalid and Kimi. They're trying to rotate to the top side with that lane clearing ability.
Yes, I'm back, Hades. Thank you.
So Baru, it was, when you were gone, it was a good team fight coming out from Nerf Esports. It was like a turtle for like a turtle and a trio trade, and Nerf Esports were doing a great job out there. So Cendric gets taken down out there, and it's a 2v1 situation, but Kin survives, and that is... Alright, that Taurus takes out Kin.
Yes, almost. CC almost makes it out. But in the top lane, we might see a gank. We have 3 members of Nerf on the top lane, and yeah, Brock pulls that wall up and exposes Titan. Titan is forced to back out. So yeah, that was a failed gank, I guess. Oh, Titan and a Dragon Bolt coming in. Farsa might be taken out, and yeah, Ubui takes out Farsa, and that was a little bit of an overkill by Khalid over there. He needs to secure kill.
Yep, I think he was just trying to, make sure that the kill gets secured, so he had to use that Raging Sandstorm out there. The turtle, the second turtle of the game, to be spawned in 10 seconds, and Nerf Esports already rotating to the bottom lane, trying to dish out some damage to Cendric so that he won't be able to participate on that turtle fight, but Cendric with that map awareness gets off. Okay, it's a 5 men out there in the turtle side, and it might be a free turtle for Nerf Esports. Taurus, he's been isolated out there. He might get taken down. Turtle in the hands of Baksha, and Taurus also gets taken down. That's a miscommunication coming out from God for ages out there. He was all alone, isolated for the turtle fight, and we can see. Okay. Yep, he was isolated out there. That was a miscommunication coming out from God Voyages, I guess. What do you think about it, Baru?
Yes, in that second turtle fight, Taurus, that Xbox, was getting zoned out by 3 of Nerf. That was a little bit too suffocating for Taurus. He could not get near the turtle to maybe clutch steal that.
Yep,
So yeah, maybe a miscommunication, like you said.
Yep. I think that should not be a contest though, because they did not have any information about the players of Nerf Esports, and Taurus directly charging for the turtle. That was some reckless amateur mistakes coming out from Taurus.
Yeah, I guess so. Since Nerf has a lead in, gold, so I don't think it would be wise to, contest for the turtle. Since they are ahead in gold, it will be difficult for a contest in turtle.
Yep. As I said, that Kimi and Khalid, they are having a good time, and they are doing the job perfectly. Early clear, early rotation, and you can see them rotating both to the top side, mid lane, and the bottom as well. They are not leaving any traces out there. They are ever present, they're omniscient in the map. They're present everywhere.
Yeah. I think Khalid, Baksha, and Kimi pick in this mode, this raging turrets mode. Oh, is it? Oh no, it is tight. I'm sorry. It works, since tight, that cloud. No, it is for fast rotations and all. And Khalid has a movement speed as well as Baksha and Kimi. So yeah, they wanted to go for a fast rotation type of composition.
Yep, I think they have studied, because for this game that composition is perfectly matched, and it is a very good composition for Nerf Esports. They are doing the job perfectly. And
out by 4 of the Nerfs.
Yep, look at that comp coming out from them. It's Kimi, Khalid, and Baksha rotating together. And Taurus is yet again isolated. He escapes though. So I guess Nerf Esports, they are doing a very great job out there. It's a 2v1 situation in that EXP lane. Feather Strike being popped, but no damage whatsoever in that EXP. Raging Sandstorm coming out there and Traction Pulse. And Taurus gets taken down yet again.
It's looking bad for Team Voyagers. Voyagers need to, play safe for the late game since Bane has the damage as well as Farsa.
Yep. I think that's the only thing they can do right now because they are not safe in their own territory as well. To get those steals, all the resources getting like choked from God Voyages. And look at the aggressive. Khalid is very aggressive out there, and he can just. He doesn't need to even go to the recall. Just go out there, a quick sand guard, and his health is already like full HP. Look at that.
Yeah. I think Khalid is one of the top roams in this season.
Yes, indeed. After that, Traction Pulse out.
And yeah, Rock also coming in. Titan gets taken out. Unfortunately, Kerzin gets a double kill. Ranger gets a triple kill. Is this a maniac? Yes, this is a maniac. Oh no, it's not a maniac. I'm sorry. Wait, steals the maniac from Kerzin. But it was 1-4-4. So,
Okay, that was so much coordinated out there. Let's see the instant replay out here. First of all, it was the Traction Pulse from Uguay. And as soon as it landed, there was the Raging Sandstorm coming out from Khalid. Two-man stun out there, and all that was needed was the follow-up coming out from Kelvin. A triple kill out there. Sadly, Uguay took that maniac from him, and yep, it was a 4-for-1 trade. And Nerf Esports, they are doing pretty good job out here. A lot of dominance we can see out there. A 13-3 on the score sheets already.
Yes. That team fight was a very good, coordinated attack. Their synergy is on point. It's like they're communicating with heads.
We can see some top-notch synergy coming out from Nerf Esports right now.
Yes, you're right. Nerf is winning the early to mid game. Maybe a comeback from Team Voyagers in the late game since they have two late game heroes.
Yep, they have the late game heroes, but it depends on the scaling because you can already see out there the gold difference in that, gold lane. Bane is only on 3k and Granger already 2k up ahead of Bane. And whereas for that Kimmy, he's also around like 2k more than Farsa, so it's going to be a very tough time. And you can already see two Sky Piercers out there for Nerf Esports. Kimmy and Granger both have their Sky Piercers, and if they get few more kills, I think it is going to be very troublesome for God Voyages because Farsa might get taken down by just one Rhapsody coming out from Granger. I think he already has some stacks on that Sky Piercer with that triple kill coming up, and let's see how it goes now, because you can see out there Khalid, who is the roam, has already more gold than like almost everyone from the lineup of God Voyages. They're on like 3k, even their highest gold, which is Bane, which is only 3.7k, is less than Khalid, which. So I think it's a pure domination coming out from Nerf Esports. All they have to now, God Voyages, all they have to do is just defend out there.
Yeah, you're right. Nerf has a lot of gold compared to Team Voyages, and Voyages need to be careful on that team fights.
Yes. Yep, I can already see around 7k, almost 7 or 6k gold lead out there coming for Nerf Esports, with like 2 turtles already being taken down, and this last turtle might be a free turtle as well. So let's see how it goes now.
Yeah. We are 2 pauses in. Maybe a network issue from the side of Voyagers more.
Yeah, I guess so, because they are not having the best time of their life right now, because they are having a lot of trouble, a lot of communication issues out there. But here we are back to the game, and let's see how it goes. So the third turtle is already out there, and it might be a free turtle for Nerf Esports as well, so they have the chance to like expand their goal lead a bit more again. All the resources are, like taken down. You can see the junglers are not having the best time. Tauros directly going inside, has to retreat. 4 men out there. Nerf esports very strong out there.
Look at Titan being so aggressive. A
Yeah.
lot of people on the red. Yeah, I think there maybe a gang, maybe a Sen, maybe an ulti coming from Khalid right there. They're all clumped up. Nope. Taurus is forced at retreat.
Yep, Tauros is going for that retreat now. He has to go for that retreat in order to secure those buffs, like some minor resources out there for him, because if he doesn't get some resources out there, it's just Nerf esports taking everything from them. You can see they are trying to invade the purple as well, but okay, Crash Pulse out there with the Raging Sandstorm. Getting 3 members.
That Khalid, I'm sorry, Khalid gets 3. Look at that. They're trying to aim. Ugwe gets taken out by Zendrick with that. Lapus ulti is popping him. This was a 1-3 trade. This is looking for bad for Team Voyages. I think they're going to lose this turret as well.
Okay, I think I am like underestimating this team, but I guess they are very good. I guess they are the underdogs. Maybe they might, become like a good matchup for this tournament, because as far as I am seeing right now, they are having the best top-notch synergy out there. Look at the traction pulse and that Raging Sandstorm landing perfectly on 3 members out there. And that was a 3-for-1 trade. Although Zendrick got a kill on Ugwe, but he gets taken down and Kelvin is literally unstoppable. And that's okay. He's already on monster kill out there, Kelvin. So I think he has like pretty good, stacks on that stack. Sky Piercer, he's touching out a lot of damage. Titan has to flicker out from there. He overextended out there, but he is safe. And that quick Sengar is going to heal up.
You're right, the first lord is an easy lord for Team Nerf.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Yep, there was an easy lot, a free lot, and without any contest, and you can see already the difference in that EXP level. Ryu already level 13, and whereas Tauros is just level 10 right now, so he's not having the best game of his life right now. So let's see how they are going to do right now. Okay, Kelzin. A lot of damage coming out from Kelzin. He's like dishing out a lot of damage to the frontliners of God Voyages.
Yes, you're right. Look at Kelzin is literally melting Grok right there. With that Sonata and that first skill.
Yep, I just want to see the items coming out from both teams, because I think Kelvin is almost like okay, Raging Sandstorm out there, but overextended, and that was not a good fight. A double for Taurus out there, a double, and yep, there was some overextension, like a bit overcommitted out there, and 2 of their teammates gets taken down, Ryu and Titan.
They fought on Team Voyage's turret. Maybe that was a little bit they were a little bit cocky because they have won team fights before.
Yep, I guess there was a miscommunication, like a bad call out, maybe from a bad call out from one of their IGL.
Yeah. That gold seal also pushed them out. They had time to run away. But I think
Yep.
Tauros with that ulti he took out Ryu with that ulti.
Yep, they should have been a little bit patient out there, because after that holy shit being popped, they are thrown back from that turret. So that was not a great initiation coming out from Titan, but it is still a very big gold cap for God Voyages. It's a 7k gold lead for Nerf Esports, and let's see. They need to do the same. They just need to defend right now. No more aggressions. Just defend and play a very smooth and disciplined game out here.
Yeah, you're right. Voyagers need to hold on to the late game.
Yep.
and hopefully,
But yep, they
yeah,
are
yeah,
doing a pretty good job with those lane management as well because they are not having a tough time to clear those lanes. And I think Nerf esports needs to like come up with a plan and like try to end it fast because after that late game we never know because it's on the skills after that late game.
yeah, yeah. Look at Nerf; they're freezing the lane so that Farsa and Green does not hit the lane. And look at mid lane. Taurus is taken out. His shield is taken out, and they're at the lot. The second lot is here. Taurus is down half of his HP. Is there going to be a contest? Taurus wants to go there, and no, I don't think there will be a contest.
Yeah, it's better if they do not contest right now.
Yeah, yeah. Taurus, he got poked before the turtle. He could not contest for the turtle then.
Yep, Titan out there doing a very good job giving out infos for his teammate, revealing their location, and they are having a lot of information about God Voyages. Whereas God Voyages, they need to defend this lot yet again, and let's see how they are going to come up with the defense right now. Lot marching from the mid lane, and let's see whether it might be a good defense or maybe a game-winning opportunity for Nerf esports. Okay, they are trying to sync the lane. The lane has been synced very properly, and okay, let's see how they are going to defend. Lot already pushing to that mid lane, might get taken down. The first inhibitor turret out there.
Yes, because the mid turret, inhibitor turret has been taken off. The Lord is marching. I think this will be the Lord won't be much effective after they've taken out the inhibitor turret. Maybe they want to fight. Titan. Team Nerf is waiting on Titan's initiation.
Yup.
Look at that.
Again, that lane management, as I said, they are doing a pretty good job out there, and Nerf esports, they are not like getting the chance to get those inhibitor turrets, and yep, I think it's like over for them because now they are just going back, just choking all the resources, taking all the resources from them. But we might see a gang coming up here. Curtain call already used by CC, and Taurus had to use this ultimate to run out of that situation.
Yes, this is. They almost got picked off. That CC's ulti attached to Grok and Taurus, I think. Yeah, and Taurus almost got taken out if he didn't have that ulti and that shield, his passive. His immortality would have been burnt right there.
Yep. As of now, I can see Taurus using that last insanity just to get out of those situations where he's isolated. So we have not seen a great last insanity coming out from Taurus, except for that double kill he got when Titan overcommitted. Yet again, it's an 11k goal lead, but even after such a huge goal lead, Nerf esports, they are having a tough time to end the game. I think they have to wait for another lot to do some serious damage to God Voyages, and the lot is already being spawned 5 seconds.
It's just the third lord, I think. Yeah, this is the third lord. The third lord is here now.
What do you think, Faru? Are they ready for a contest, or will it be yet again a free lot for Nerf esports?
I don't think there will be a contest. I think there's going to be a contest. Look at Grok. Desperately trying to push, but no. I was wrong.
Yeah.
You guessed. So yeah, there was a free lord. I'm sorry.
Yes, we can see that desperation coming out from God Voyages. They're trying to make some plays with that concealed, but yep, they failed because Nerf esports were already aware of their position and from where they are going to rotate. So that was a free lot for Nerf esports yet again, the third lot of the game. And will it be the final moment of this game, or will it be another great defense coming out from God Voyages? Let's see. Lord is marching from that mid lane, and Nerf esports, they are trying to manage the lane right now. They're trying to sync the lane, and I think it is going to be a heavy push coming out from Nerf Esports now.
Just the Lord is in. That wall coming from goal. Deep in the motion. And that Khalid ultimate and super jet faster. Look at that Rob is taken out. No, Rob look at him taken out. I'm sorry, Lapu is taken out. Look at that. What Voyagers is. This is looking back for Voyagers right now. Look at that. They're trying to defend the Lord, but with a confused push from Ranger. He takes out Farsa and Wayne. There was a double kill for Kelvin, and this might be the end. Yeah.
Yep, might be the end, and here it is, the end for game number 1. That was Nerf Esports with pure domination. All the God Voyagers tried the best defending 2 lot up against Nerf Esports, but yep, that was pure dominance and pure class coming out from Nerf Esports. A well played game by Nerf Esports.
Yes.
Yes, it was all about, that early rotation coming up from that Kimmy and Khalid. And we have the MVP of game number 1, which is Granger Kelvin with, he was dishing out a lot of damages. I think he was legendary in this game. And yep, the Sky Piercer already stacked to 80, I guess, and you can see the damage. 1 Rhapsody and Farsa is like taken out from the map.
Yes, that was a nice play coming out from Kelvin.
Yep, the damage is insane. 87.1k. That's a very great damage coming out from a Granger. Granger is still in the top tier gold lane. So let's look at the items and the overview of this game number 1. We can see a whooping, it's like a 14k lead for Nerf Esports. I think that's the highest gold lead we have seen right now.
And yeah, wait, I'm having an issue. Hades, can you continue? I'm sorry.
Okay. So yep, looking at the itemization, everyone full itemed, like they're fully built in the hands of like Nerf Esports, and it was a game. A much more credit to Kimmy and Khalid out there for that early rotation. Those winning moments for them was those particular pickoffs on that lane. It's like they go to the gold lane, pick off the Bane, go to the EXP, and they try to dish out some damage to Lapu Lapu as well. And that was when they had their winning, moment. And we can see already out there, Ryu also did a pretty good job on that Boxia. He had like a perfect game out here, taking all the 3 turtles, and as a jungler, that's all you need. Like objective secured by Boxia. As a utility jungler, you just need to tank for your team, and I think he did his job out here. Whereas for Tauros, not the best game out here, but it was a decent one because he tried his best. It was just that the lead coming out from Nerf Esports was way too high. Uguay did I guess this man Uguay, he had a great game out here. That early rotations and all, whereas Nas, he did not had the answer from the starting of the game, from that lane clearing ability to that rotation. Although we saw some good rotation coming out from Zanas, but it was not enough to really stop Nerf Esports from dominating this game. And Khalid, a titan, he is really a titan out there. He was really a titan, just giving infos, continuously poking their lineup out there, and a great game coming out from Khalid. I don't think I need to talk more about this now because we have already seen from the games, from the hands of, from the players of Nerf Esports, and it's Kin on that CC. Kin was doing a pretty good job out there as well. And yep, it was just the comp and the synergy from Nerf Esports. Now it's time for God Voyages to like freshen up the mind, be very restart the game, and answer for this game number 2, because we can see out here highest gold, it is Galzin, and the damage as well. Whereas for the damage taken, it is Taurus. Okay, he took a lot of damage with that export out there. Last Insanity being used, trying to secure those turtles, but yep, it was just Baksha who was taking everything, every objective from him. So he did not have his best game out there. Most assists, it's on Titan. Khalid, top-notch Khalid gameplay out there from Titan.
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry, Hades.
Okay, I think that was a great game from Nerf Esports. Now let's see the map. Okay, I think it is going to be Dangerous Cross, one of high risk, high reward map. It is a high risk, high reward map.
Yeah, I'm going to see another. Yeah.
Yep, bro. I just want to know your opinion. Like, which hero will be which hero comp will be great for this this map?
In Dangerous Cross, I think the players should prioritize more on heroes that have burst damage, I guess. Like, for mages, you could go someone with high burst damage, someone who can one-shot that, MMs and all. You have Kagura and...
Oh, you mean the Kagura, and there is as well Kadita out there.
Yeah, Kadita as well.
Indeed. And yeah, they can also go for burst assassin junglers as well.
Yes, I guess that works as well. In Dangerous Cross, I think the MM players especially have to be careful. Just there would be,
indeed.
I guess, coming in.
Yes, those laning heroes like the gold laner and the EXP need to be very careful out there in this map, because we never know from where they are going to jump in, and it might be an instant pick off, so they need to be very careful out there.
Yeah, you're right. I want to see how the players utilize the Dangerous Cross map. I think they have a specific composition for that.
I guess so, because Nerf Esports, they played so well with that flying cloud.
Yeah.
That flying cloud, because they already know that they have a very good high movement speed and high rotation lineup on their side. So flying cloud just enhanced their rotation.
Maybe Idora, I guess.
Oh no, I don't want to see an Idora right now, because Idora is very annoying if you are an assassin jungler. But I don't think they are going to prioritize that hero, because come on, they are just now esports level, and I don't think players have lack of ability or skills, because if you are a great player, you can just easily dodge from an Idora.
Yeah, you're right. No, I was just saying things from what I saw on TikTok. I bet.
Yeah, it's very famous out there in Dangerous Cross though.
Yes, you're right.
Idora, it will be a nightmare for the gold laner, so if she is well fed in that early game.
Let's go into the drafting phase now.
Okay, so there is already heroes being banned. So Paru, you can talk about the draft.
Yeah. Let's go with the draft then. From the side of Team Voyages, we have... Team Voyages is the first pick now, and from the side of Team Voyages, we have a Lancelot ban, and from the side of Nerf, we have a CC ban. They banned their hero. Yeah, and the first pick, and we have a YSS Shin ban from the side of Team Voyages.
Okay, so two of the assassins being banned, two of the great assassins, the current meta picks out there. Lancelot and Yi Shin. I really love those heroes, those flashy heroes, Mountain Shocker from recent Shin, 1 minute stun and 1 second stun and you're out of the map. Whereas Lancelot, he has been very dominant, very common, and like one of the most picked hero in the pro scenes as well. So they are trying to choke down the jungle from Ryu, I guess. Ryu might be a good jungler, like assassin jungler, but I haven't seen his game on those heroes. So let's see how it goes now, because we can already see CC and Farsa being banned from Nerf esports.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think will be the prio ban right now?
Maybe from the recent game, I guess a Baxia ban. But Baxia is counterable. I think they're going to ban Sujin. No, if not going to pick Baxia again, I think they're going to ban Sujin again.
Okay, let's see, because Zushin is like, if they are going for a Baxia, Zushin is like, a prio band out there, because they have already taken down that CC, knowing that for utility jungler CC is troublesome. But from God Voyages, it's a Hayabusa. Okay, it is a 3 assassin junglers being banned from God Voyages. They don't want Ryu to get hands on that assassin junglers.
Yes. 3. Maybe a respect ban for Ryu right there.
I think he is a good jungler player, but let's see in the upcoming matches if they, qualify. Even if they qualify for this, they are going to meet up again in, maybe in the upper bracket finals or the grand finals, because even if you lose this game, even if you lose this series, you are just going to go to the lower bracket and you can have a comeback from there. Whereas for those teams in the upper bracket, they can still pursue their winning momentum and take on for that grand showdown finals, because the top 2 teams from this tournament are going to the LAN event out here in India.
Yeah.
And we have a good prize pool out here, because you're getting free jerseys from Drukfit. You're getting free jerseys, and it's a PT and 15,000 for the winner, I guess.
Yes. This is a big opportunity for the teams to make it big in the esports scene.
Yep, as you said, the first pick is Zushin out there.
Yeah. Sujin has been picked, and maybe to counter Sujin, alright, we have a Arlot and a Fridrin.
Okay, that is a good combo coming out from Team Nerf Esports. Fredrin Arlot is very scary, because with that final slash and the taunt coming out from Fredrin, it's like you are having a game lag for the rest of the time.
Yes, you're right. And from the side of Team Voyagers, we have an Iritel and Phoveus. I think Phoveus to counter Arlot, since he's dashy after all.
So we can see, I think they are going for that direct counter. Arlot will not have a good time up against the Phoveus, but as I said, this game is a 5v5 MOBA, and you cannot depend just on that one lane. It depends on the team comp, but let's see if that Phoveus has an answer for that Arlot though. And Iritel is picked early, an early Iritel picked out there.
Yes, and we have a Saber pick from Ukwe. It can be a counter to Iritel and Sushin. But yeah, we are now in the second banning phase. We're waiting for Nerf Esports to think and finalize a ban.
Okay,
So what do you think?
I think they might go for some, jungler as well, because on the God Voyages they haven't picked their jungler, so it might be a Baxia, probably a Baxia ban, or let's see, because there's not so much options, or we might see a debut jungler, a new jungler coming out from God Voyages though. Maybe an Xbox pick yet again, but let's see how it works, because previous game it did not work that much. As I said, Xbox is getting banned though.
This Xbox was banned. I think Xbox would have been one kind of a counter to Fredrin. So,
Yep.
yeah, we still have Baksha. He's a built-in anti-hero.
As per the lineups, yep, I can see that God Voyages, they are going for the direct counter pick, because in that laning you can see that Arlott is not going to do pretty good up against the Phobius, and in the recent game we have seen Kelvin picking up that Granger, so they are like already ready for that. They have directly picked Irithel, which is like a direct counter for Granger. Not so direct, because when a Granger is like, you know, dominant in that early phase and has a good goal lead, Irithel is not able to dish out those damages until she gets that Malefic gun. And
Yes.
yep, as I said, both the junglers are getting banned, Xpark and Baxia, so it might be a debut jungle pick from God Voyages.
Yes, Nathan has also been banned from the side of Voyages, and yeah, we have a Pain ban. This will be the final ban for Voyages and for this match.
What do you think will be the pick now? Because a lot of jungler has been taken down in that banning phase. So what is left for God Voyages now?
For God Voyages, I think they have a lot of option. We still have what counters Fredrin now? Maybe something that has a lot of burst damage. And for the side of Nerf, I think they have a lot of options. They have Team Voyages have already picked Irithel. You can pick a MM who has target locking heroes like Broody and all, and we have a Broody. We have a Bruno. I'm sorry, from the side of Team Esports, Nerf Esports.
Okay, so there is a Bruno coming up from the sides of Nerf Esports. So I guess God Voyages were thinking that they might take Granger out there, so they went for the Irithel, which was very early. So Bruno is a good answer from the sides of Nerf Esports, because yep, he can dish out a lot of damage with those items, first early items, that Hasklo and Berserker's Fury.
Yes.
And once he gets his power spike, he is going to be very dangerous out there.
Yeah, for the final two picks from the side of Voyages will be Kalia and Alpha.
Okay, so I'm not really a big fan of Kalea pick out here, because for a Kalea to work, you either need a good burst damage coming out from the team, or you need a very good chain CC. And you can see out there, because Kalea works better with Yisun Shin, and maybe like in the mid lane it should be like a burst damage, something like an Kagura, because Kalea is a pick-off tank and it is quite hard to match the composition right now, because Spear of Alpha's ult, he might have to use it when he needs to retreat as well, because Alpha has very low mobility if he doesn't have his ultimate. But
Yeah, you're right.
Nerf Esports, we can see a Franco. So okay, they are going for that pick-off place, I guess.
This is a dangerous class after all. Franco can also be really irritating.
Yep, indeed. Both the tanks are very good for this map, because it's dangerous grass. They can jump in from anywhere.
And yeah, this composition from the side of both teams, I think they have gone for late game. Bruno and Irithel are late game heroes after all. And yeah, Kalia, Phobius, Franco, Fredrin and Arlott are all frontliners for the late game.
Yep. I think they are going for that late game as well as, but the early game domination might come up from the side of Nerf Esports as well, because the Fredrin is a very good utility jungler out there, and let's see how it works. So here we are for game number 2 of this MGC Grand Showdown playoffs. Okay, but I think before we start, we already had to stop with that pause coming up.
Yes.
So it is a pause right now.
Maybe a issue, I guess. Network issue.
Yep, maybe we have seen pauses coming up time and again.
This was a short pause. We are back into the game. There is nothing much going on. You can see the tank and the mages are trying to poke each other.
Yep, it's just they're having their time right now, clearing up those lanes. Alpha already out there, took that litho, and yep, Alpha is kind of like fast when it comes to those jungle, but let's see how they are going to play for that Irithel, because they have to wait for Irithel to have that power spike, have that damage coming out, burst damage.
Yes, you're right. Look at Franco trying to go down now. Kale is also down. Irithel needs to be careful since there is 3 of Voyages and 4 of Nerf. I'm sorry. Okay, Kale
Okay,
backs
so
off. Yeah,
yep,
look at
they are already away.
yes, look at Kelvin. He already has an average damage. He can poke and leave Irithel down half of his HP.
Yep, because Bruno's damage depends on the number of times he hits the target. His hit rate increases as much as he hits, and there was a nice light tackle coming out from Bruno, which escapes the spear of Alpha, barely misses out there.
Yes, he anticipated this, and we have the first blood by
Yep.
you.
That is the counterplay coming out from Nerf esports.
Yes, you're right. The first turtle is here.
Okay, players
Oh, yeah.
already forming for that first turtle.
Yeah. I think Team Nerf has the advantage on EXP. EXP is already level 4. Look at that. Arlott misses with ulti, but Kale is forced at flicker.
Okay, a lot of resources being burned out there, but I think it is a good trade for the side of Nerf esports, because and find a final slash for Flicker. It's like you can have that trade like for 7 days a week. You can have that trade.
Yes. First not first turtle, I'm sorry, the first turtle. Look at that final stage coming, get 3! Vision pops his ulti back, plays intensity, and Taurus is taken out with that Franco's ulti. Look at that. Zujin needs to back out. Kale is low. Franco pulls Zujin in. Zujin flickers out at the final moment. But
Okay,
leaves
that was ice cold fire final slash coming out from Kin out there. Let's look at the instant replay. So here they were forming up for the turtle. Kin already placed perfect position, and there was a 3-man final slash out there from the side of Kin, and a bloody hunt on Taurus, which could not do any damage out there. He was suppressed, and it was a turtle and 2 for nothing trade out there. Okay, Reed Boy already popping that crossbow. Oh, not crossbow, it was heavy crossbow, sorry.
Oh, look at that ulti.
Tsunami Slam, but Titan gets away with that flicker.
That was a good try. Look at 4 of Nerf already down. EXP is rotating to the gold lane.
Okay,
It
it's
still needs
already 3-0. Yep, already a 3-0 out there with 1k gold lead, 1.5k gold lead for in the hands of Nerf esports. They are playing a very well game.
Kale is taken out. Final slash was aiming but does not hit anyone. Look at Zujin makes it out. That happened way too fast.
Yep, the rotations from Nerf esports.
Yeah, okay. Phobius taken out. That was maybe Phobius tried to keep up with Arlott, since Arlott was in the goal lane, he also was on his way to goal lane but gets taken out by Franco and the 4 of Nerf.
Yep.
Vision is taken out by Bruno. That was a nice ulti coming in from Arlott. Look at that. Taurus getting zoned by Kin Kin is doing a good
Blue
job.
team turret has been destroyed.
The second turtle is already getting taken by Ryu. There might not be any contest. Taurus is,
Red team has slain the
and
red
yeah,
team turret
Taurus
has
does not
been
make it in time,
destroyed.
and the second turtle will be a free turtle for the side of Team Nerf Esports.
Yep, indeed. And that Iron Hook lands on Zendrick. That bloody hunt suppression, and they could not do anything. It's a perfect rotation coming out from Nerf Esports.
Blue
Look
team
at
turret has been
the
destroyed.
sync and the trust in their teammates right now. They do not care about the bottom side, which is being taken by Urethel out there. But yep, Nerf Esports yet again with the perfect rotation out there. Titan already out there. Iron Hook lands yet again. Zushin had to figure out Crimson Beacon used as well, and it might be the purple buff being steal, and it's on Kelvin. The final
That was
Blue team hero
that
has
happened way
been
too fast. I'm
slain.
sorry, my phone couldn't keep up.
That was way too fast, but yep, it was just a 1-for-1 trade out there. Arkin trying to make plays out there. Did his best, but the Tsunami Slam caught him and he was right there into the turret. Okay, here, Wheat Boy is isolated. Bloody Hunt Flicker with that Winter Truncheon. Oh, not. Yep, with that Winter Truncheon, and that was all over for Wheat Boy. He could not do anything out there. That combo is really
Blue
scary
team
out there.
turret has been destroyed.
Yes, Team Nerf's gank is way too precise and dangerous. It happens
Yep.
way too fast, and it is very, precise and aggressive.
Yep, that's what they need to do right now, yeah, right? Because you have a Fredrin and a fed Arlet. If an Arlet is fed, it is very scary. It is just like a wrap up for the early stages of the game. And we can see Kin is landing like very precise final slash out there, game changing moment, final slash out there, and they don't have an answer for that. God Voyages, they don't have an answer for that final slash, and Kendrick gets taken out yet again. Titan is isolated out there and gets taken down by Taurus, but this might look bad for God Voyages, where Taurus gets taken down by Uguay, and 4 men of Nerf Esports trying to march out there. Gelsin doing a heck of damage out there with that Bruno. But Wheat Boy, you can see Wheat Boy is trying to split push from the bottom side of the map. He needs to like go away right now, or oh, he is safe. He is safe right now.
Yes, look at Kelvin. After he got that advantage on the goal, he is joining team fights. He does not care about the bottom lane anymore. As long as he is winning the team fights,
Blue
I think
team
he's good
turret
with
has
that.
been destroyed.
Yep, I think that Kelvin already has that snowballing, potential in him right now. He already has those items.
You're right. Team Voyagers have to play safe. It is 4k goal lead for Team Nerf, and 9 kills. Team Nerf is ahead of 9 kills.
Yep, they are already having, a very dominant game, just like in game number 1. So they are trying to march for that mid lane.
Okay, final slash coming in. Gets 2. Zunin is taken out almost with kill and takes out Big Boy. This is a triple kill. Kalia also gets taken out. A Mania coming in from Killzin. Sindrick is taken out, I guess, and this is a Savage for Killzin.
Yep, it is the
Look at-
first Savage of the playoffs, and that was, well coordinated team fight coming up from Nerf Esports. The damage, as I already said, Bruno has that potential to power, snowball right now, and it was a wiped out. And all thanks to that final slash coming up from Kin yet again.
This Kin is doing God's work right here.
Yep. After that final slash, yep, he was worth the sacrifice,
Yes, he got 2 of Team Voyages. Sujin was immediately taken out after that final slash.
Yep, and luckily that ball landed on Urethel, with Boy who gets taken down.
Yes. The first Lord, I think, yeah. The first Lord is taken out. Team Nerf.
The Lord's already taken out, and the Holy Shields, all the 3 Holy Shields being popped before the 12th minute mark. And look at Titan. Titan is very scary right now. He has the potential. He's just aura farming out there because no one wants to get close to that Franco. One bloody iron hook out there, and you're just over.
Yes.
Has been
Look at
destroyed.
Bruno dodging all the Kalia's jumps right there, and Kalia is taking out a little bit of a miscalculation. Bruno dodged that. Look at the mid lane. Taurus is taking a lot of damage. Taurus takes out Titan somehow and kill. Takes out Alpha again. Oh, never mind. Team Nerf is taking a lot of damage right there. Zujin is like, I think they will be able to defend this. Kalia is back again. Maybe if they can prioritize Kalia possibly, maybe they can defend. They're trying desperately.
I don't think it is defendable, and it might be the end with the clean sweep. And here we go. It's a clean sweep coming out from Nerf Esports. That Bruno dishing out a lot of damage. They could not defend that. It was not defendable at all, and it is game over for God Voyagers. Although they will be sent to the lower brackets right now. And they have their chance. Yes, they have their chance to come back from the lower brackets. They just need to refine their skills a lot more, because Nerf Esports, with that momentum, with that clean sweep and pure dominance in both the games, they are heading to the upper bracket semi-finals.
Yes, a clean sweep coming in from the side of Team Nerf Esports. But Gold Voyagers have, like Hades said, Voyagers have a chance again. They will be sent to the lower bracket and will have a chance to maybe get a runners-up in this tournament.
Yep, no, I think they are up against Insomniac Raiders in the lower brackets, and yep, they have a chance because after going to the lower brackets, still there are teams who can come back from that lower brackets and reach out to that grand finals. So let's see how it goes. But before that, let's talk about this game. It was a well played game from the hands of Nerf Esports, and it is yet again Mr. MVP Kelzin from Nerf Esports with that Bruno. First game, Granger, top-notch game, and out here in second as well, it is his Bruno dishing out a lot of damage, and look at the kill participation is 73. He was just rotating after that power spike. He was just rotating all around that map.
Yes, look at that team fight participation as well. As I said earlier, after he got that snowball, he was participating in almost all of the team fight. He was okay. Unless he was okay as long as he was winning those team fights. He did not care about the bottom lane as... Yeah,
Yep.
let's talk about that.
Indeed. So let's look at the itemizations, and okay, it was all over a great dominant performance from Nerf Esports. I don't think we have much to say about this game because from the starting phase of the game, it was Nerf Esports trying to dominate with that lineup, Fredrin and Arlott. Arlott already snowballing from that early phase of the game. He was really fed out there. He was rotating everywhere. It was the EXP Gambit out there, leaving his lane, rotating to the gold lane, trying to get some pick-offs, and yep, he was successful on that. And those precise final slashes, I don't know how many final slashes he landed, maybe 10 or more, because every time he landed a final slash, that was a follow-up coming out from Kelzin and the mage as well, Xavier, who was getting a lot of chain CC with that first and second skill combo, along with that ultimate dishing out a lot of damage. And Titan as well, with those iron hook, precise iron hook, and that iron hook along with that bloody hand and that frozen combination, it was game over for God Voyagers out there.
Yes. Let's talk about the two hypers right there. Team Nerf's Ryu had like 2k gold lead. He was doing well in the early game. Team Taurus was also doing well in the late game. I think he fell off in the mid game where he couldn't contest for the turtle and the lord as he was zoned out. Let's talk about the mages now.
Yep, the difference in that mid lane is, the rotation. Because from game number 1 and game number 2, what we have seen is that rotation coming out from Nerf Esports. They are very they trust each other very well because there is the synergy with that mid and roam combo from Nerf Esports. Because Uguay is, everywhere in the map. He's going to the top lane, supporting his he's going to the bot lane as well, getting this exp pickoffs, and he's everywhere in that team fight participation. Whereas for Titan, both the tanks were pick-off tank, but I think Titan did his job better than Yobik out there, who was playing that Kalea. She landed a few tsunami slams, but it was the damage coming up from both the teams, the difference in the damage, and we can clearly see that. What about the EXP? You can talk about the EXP, Peru.
Yeah. Jin had a lot of disadvantages against Phoveus, but he somehow outshined Phoveus. That final slashes in those team fights and all, he was doing, a good job in taking out the backliners and all. And eventually, I think Jin did a good job in the EXP lane.
Yep, Jin it was very good out there in the EXP lane. And let's look at that overview. So it's Galzin on that Jeep gold, highest gold earned, with Uguay with the highest damage. Yep, it absolutely needs to be Uguay with that combination. First and second comp and that ultimate dishing out a lot of damage.
That's it. And I think
that's all for today. Both match number 1 and match number 2 was a clean sweep. First game it was Icy Paradise with a clean sweep up against Insomniac Raiders, and in the second game it's Nerf Esports with a total domination up against God Voyages. IR and God Voyages both landing on that lower bracket. They still have their chance to come back, and whereas for Icy Paradise they are going to meet up against Onyx Paradox in that upper bracket semifinals. So that's all for today. It's me, Hades, and Peru, and we are signing off. Peru, you have anything to say or?
No, nothing much. Games today were awesome, and I am expecting the same energy tomorrow as well.
Yep. So it is all for today, and have a great night. Goodbye.
Bye. Good night.
In the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites, and hidden costs. That's why we introduce you Orion Store and Orion Vaultex, Bhutan's definitive digital marketplace. We provide every gamer and creator with instant, secure, and affordable access to the resources they need for all their favorite titles. This is more than a service. It's our mission to equip you for excellence, both in the game and in life. It's time to stop waiting and start winning. Your hunt for glory starts now. focus belongs on the game, on the strategy, the clutch play, and the final victorious moment. For too long, that focus has been broken by the frustrations of slow top-ups, unreliable websites,